All right. So thank you everybody for watching. This is going to be the solar flare update for February 24th, 2014. So to start off, I would like to say that the sun did unleash a big explosion, and I'll click this video so you can see it easier. A big explosion, wow. All right. This here, you see, this was today, earlier today, the sun unleashed a big explosion along the southeastern section of the sun, and they ended up calling this one an eruptive prominence. So they didn't call it a coronal mass ejection or solar flare, they called it an eruptive prominence. And on this chart here you can see, there we go. This yellow dot here is the sun. This green one over here is Earth. These are the two satellites. Wish that thing would go away. Okay, and you can see where the solar flare kind of just brushes past. It doesn't hit her, so it was not Earth directed. It'll show it again here. See right here. Oh, I wish that thing would go away. And you see it erupt past Earth. No damage done. Great. Awesome. So Sunspot 2290, which is the one right here. I wish I could stop. It's at the very it's top center. It's seeing slight growth, but the rest of the sunspots are either stable or in decay, which means that those sunspots are gonna fade out here pretty soon. You can see one here and then one right here. So not much for sunspots. So, solar wind has risen to 500 kilometers per second, coming from a positive polarity coronal hole. This will also cause auroras as close as the Upper Peninsula Michigan. Let me bring it back to the beginning. You see here, and then the wind kind of revs up, and you see the visible percentage of the aurora will be about 90% at the bottom of Canada. So there will be plenty of auroras if you are an aurora hunter. I just want to play all this so you can see where the auroras are going. But that is, yeah, that's your aurora forecast. Moving on. Thank you. So, if you've seen fireballs shooting from space last night, no, we are not in the apocalypse. Or, well, I should say that is not the apocalypse happening. It was actually a Chinese rocket body that was re-entering the atmosphere of Earth. So no biggie there. And that is your solar flare update for February 24th, 2014. And now we're gonna do what
I will do the rest of the energy forecast if you can get my cards up.
Yes, and you can find all of this out at PBM2L Cosmic Energy Forecasts. That's plural. .blogspot.com.
Awesome. Well, while you get my cards up for my card reading to follow, I'll go ahead and do the energy forecast. Currently, the energies are swiftly traveling through the universe this week as the first quarter moon in Gemini occurs, and the sun is shifting to the sign of Pisces. Until the end of the month, then the gods of love and war are going to part their ways, while Venus and Mars are in trine for the rest of the week, and Saturn and Neptune drift to the kind of in front of the sun. Sometimes when Saturn's involved, things can seem to be going slow, or maybe for some signs really fast. Regardless, it's when we're feeling as if we're shifting time a bit, where some of us in our stories need things to be fast-paced right now, while others need them to be more relaxed and slow. So Saturn is good for that energy flow as we each start through new projects from last week's new moon. Saturn is also a great energy boost for success. It makes us get that reboot that we need to feel so that we're right on track. Where if you've been feeling sick the past few weeks, you'll start to feel better and get your shine back and be able to really just work on some new projects. You may be learning a new skill at a fast pace, progressing on a new project. Maybe you got a raise or promotion, or you're simply enjoying like a well-deserved vacation, or allowing yourself to just store the knowledge that you've recently gained, or maybe the knowledge you're about to gain on your next adventure. But while we're moving forward at our own pace, remember that each person is on that journey. That being said, Neptune and the Sun are getting together for a once-a-year kind of combination, and this can cause some little bit of caution because when these energies cross, it's not recommended to be making big decisions. It's suggested that you take time for yourself, especially during that day, which I believe is Thursday, and just be relaxed and reflect on more positive and majestic things and save hasty decisions for next week. Also, on the cosmic front, we have the moon setting into a waxing crescent in Gemini, like I mentioned, but it's also going to create a triangular pattern with two rather bright star clusters known as Hades and Pleiades. They're both in the constellation of Taurus, and these clusters are two of the closest to Earth right now. The star Aldebaran, it also appears closely to the moon at this time, and it makes really pretty photos or just simple stargazing. Those are those really bright stars you're seeing close to the moon right now.
Aldebaran.
Yeah. And as I mentioned before, Mars and Venus, the gods of love and war, they're going to be parting ways this week, which seems to be good for many of us because their energy has brought up a lot of maybe family burdens or relationship interests. Because oftentimes when these two get together, it reminds us that we're much different than parental figures or figures that like to think they're higher status than us, because it just causes for confrontational energies. I mean, you know, you love your family, but you also have things that are different from them, and when war and love meet, it's never a good combination. Even if it means parting ways from those who disagree with you for a while, now's the time to just try to avoid confrontation, especially with those you love. We don't need any more negativity, and it's just being blasted right now because everyone's energies are so high, and we need to get back on that positive track. And if you can't get along with someone, separate yourselves rather than feed them negative energies. That being said, this event does bring some extra light into the sky for us to look at and enjoy, and both planets will be near the moon as they begin to part ways. And another challenge is if you're looking for things in the stars, Uranus is really close to Venus right now. So if you look for all those bright lights, they're hanging out together in Taurus.
Did you say Uranus?
Yes, I did.
Sweet.